Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavec Movies. My name is John and this is going to be what I've picked up in the month of March 2021. Now this month has been a good month for subscriber mail, so I'm going to go through that in due course. Also I've got some an unboxing to do, sort of, and also some shout outs. And first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Jason Brett, because he's the one who sent me this bit of unique subscriber mail, and it is this hand-drawn picture of the cover of my favourite horror film of all time, 1979's Zombie by Lucio Fulci. Now, I love this movie, and he got in touch with me and said he'd like to send me something. So I didn't have a clue what it is, and when he sent it to me, I thought, wow, this is something you can't buy, you can't get. So this is just so appreciated from Jason. And also I will be on his channel on the 2nd of April, which I think is Friday. When I'm filming this will go out on Wednesday. So on Friday, if you want to come along and say hello at 8:30 on Jason's channel, I'll leave a link down below to his channel. Feel free to subscribe to his channel. It's a brilliant channel as well. And also I just want to thank Jason again for sending me this, and it's so good to have this to be hung when I charge my drill up over my drum set. We are both drummers, so this is the ideal place to get it. So thanks once again, Jason. Absolutely brilliant. So yes, I'll leave a link down below for that. If you want to go across there and you want to subscribe to Jason, check out his stuff. And also he's got a competition which is still running to win some more artwork. So get yourself across there. I'll leave a link down to his competition, and also don't forget to check out the live stream on Friday. Okay, so let's see what I got this month. First of all, I got this. I got a CD by the Sleaford mods called Spare Ribs. It's a really good album. It took a few listens to. There's some great songs on here, and it took a few listens to get into the sort of deeper cuts on the album. But I'm going to leave a link down to a song called Mork and Mindy, which is probably my favourite song of the album. I'll leave a link down to the video down below, and go and check that out. It's a great album. They're a great band actually, and also they're not young people. They're kind of not old as well. They're kind of middle-aged, and it's great to see some middle-aged people just invading the charts and getting their stuff actually high in the charts. You know, I don't think the charts are great at the minute, but we'll not go into that. And so Sleaford mods, the new album Spare Ribs, highly recommended. So next I picked up the Eureka release of The Holy Mountain. This is from 1926. It's a silent film. I've put a little bit of it on just to check it out. It does seem quite thrilling actually, to see all this stuff on a mountaintop. I think it took me a year to film it, and I'm interested to see how they could do that and make a sort of, I think they've got a bit of a melodrama based around this mountain, and I think the people in it, the skiers in it, are actual real skiers, so they should be quite good at what they do. And as Eureka always does, they put a lovely booklet inside. So I'm excited to see this film. There's a lot of films that I did want to watch this month but didn't get around to, but this film here is high on the list of ones that I do want to watch. So next I got the Eureka title of The Last Warning. Now this is a 1929 film. I have watched this film. It's a really good film actually. I feel like it's a bit more of a sort, you can imagine this being a play. Actually it's set in a theatre, but you can imagine this being a play in itself, and I think it has been turned into a play over the years as well. So very good watch. Some of the elements on here are a little bit damaged, but it doesn't take anything away from it. Now this is Paul Lenny's last film before he died, and he was going to direct Dracula, the 1931 Universal film, but he didn't. And so if he had directed it, I think he would have done a really good job. And also he would have had Conrad Veidt from The Man Who Laughs as Dracula, so that would have been really good to see. Although Bela Lugosi does an absolutely brilliant version of Dracula on that one, but he was the second choice. So that's the slipcover there. That's the original cover. Nice edition of this, and I would imagine it's limited to around about 3,000, I think it is, with a slipcover. Lovely slipcover on that one. So the next thing was sent by my good friend the Movie Hater, and he has sent me a few things on subscriber mail over the past couple of months, and this one here was the
early women filmmakers from 1911 to 1940. Now, I didn't know anything about this set, but I have heard good things about it. There's 4 discs in here. I've watched the first disc and also half of the second disc, and it's absolutely brilliant. There's a load of things to talk about, which I'll talk about on what I've watched over the month of March. But I can say in short that this is a it's something that someone, if you're a fan of movies in general, you really do need to see this set. It might seem as if it's a bit kind of, what would I get out of this set? But you'd be surprised what is in here. There is the first ever Charlie Chaplin movie in here, believe it or not. So you've got, and it's got Oliver Hardy is in here as well, but there's a lot more to that, and I will talk about that on what I've watched. But it's highly recommended, and I'm really glad. Can't wait. I'm watching them sporadically, and I've watched most of the short films on here, which are absolutely brilliant. So I'm getting more into the longer films, but they're absolutely brilliant. Really highly recommended. Thanks once again, Movie Hater. The next one was another subscriber mail from a good friend, Carlinio9, Carl, and he asked would I like to have this film. I said yes, that's great. So he sent me the Relic. I haven't watched it, but I want to watch it today actually, so I might have this to review on my what I've watched for the month of March actually. So lovely slip on here. I am very interested in, so I'll leave a link down to Carl's channel down below. Highly recommended channel if you haven't checked Carl out yet. And I just want to thank Carl again for sending me this. Speaking of which, he said he would send me this, but also he sent in the same package, which I didn't even know about, he sent me this other Blu-ray, which is from Germany, and is Out of the Dark. I don't know anything about this film, but I will be watching it. I will try and watch it in the month of April. And I just want to thank Carl again for sending me these 2 things on subscriber mail. Absolutely brilliant. Really recommend his channel, and thanks once again, Carl. Absolutely brilliant. So the next thing is also a subscriber mail from my good friend Movie Hater. Now, he sent me the box with women filmmakers in the silent era, and also this film was sent with it, but it came separately, so I wasn't expecting this one at all. And it is Yasujiro Ozu, his movie The Flavour of Green Tea Over Rice. Now, this month I have been watching quite a few of this director's films, and I found it to be absolutely brilliant, and I will be reviewing them on what I've watched in the month of March. But I just want to thank the Movie Hater, aka Korishia Ishii, again for thinking of me and sending me these things. They're absolutely brilliant and very much recommended if you like Japanese films in general. They're not, like I say, horror films or anything. They're more like sort of real life, but they're very watchable. And on the back of that, because I'd received these many films from Movie Hater to do with this director, I thought I've got to go for his most famous film that's just been re-released on BFI, and it is Tokyo Story. Now, this film here is rumoured to be, regarded to be his greatest film, and I have had a check of it out. You get the film, you get some short films on here, as you do with all these ones. You do get either another film on the end of it, or you get loads of extras with it. It's packed to the gills. So I'm dead excited to watch this film, and also the 4K restoration on here is really good. It looks absolutely brilliant. These films are from the 40s and 50s, so but they do look pin sharp, and this is high on one of my ones to watch list as well. I've had that many to watch this month and just really not watched as many as I would like to. Been a busy month. So next I went to Poundland, and a rare trip to Poundland, and maybe I bought some of these because I was just that I had withdrawal symptoms from not actually purchasing anything in the shops for a few months. So the first thing that I saw in Poundland was this movie here, A Perfect Getaway. Now, this film's got a stellar cast, that's why I got it, and I have watched it, and I will talk about this on what I've watched in the month of March, and you'd be surprised to hear what I think of it. The next one was the one that I used to have, actually, and I heard a lot of people talking about this, like saying it was a decent film. It was a decent film, but I only got it cheap. The box was wrecked on it, so I did sort of trade it into CEX for probably about half a pence. And I thought, well, I seen it there, and I thought, well, I did half like it, I will get it again, because I did fancy another watch of it, and it is Another Hood. I do think that this fella here, and this fella, I've seen him in a lot of things on TV, and he's absolutely brilliant. Now, this guy here was an absolute raving lunatic in this film, so it's a great film for that. And it says the box office smash on here. I wouldn't think that would be that much of a smash, although it is a good watchable film. The next one was another one where I thought, now I remember I have got the one before this film, and I did really enjoy it, even though it's a really bad film. And this one, I've got to admit, when I watched it, the first one of these ones is, it doesn't take itself too seriously. I think this one, from memory, did take itself a bit too seriously, and I did find it to be absolutely abysmal. But I thought, I'm going to give it another chance. It was there, and I did have my head on for wanting to buy something. It is the classic Piranha 3 Double D. Now, when my wife said, what on earth are you getting that for? And I says, well, probably because it's just absolute trash, and I think it is trash. She says, why? And I says, I don't know why, but I'm going to get it. I've got the other one. I do like the other one, but I'm going to get this one. I might give it another shot, and it might be all right. I don't know. But that's the reasoning behind that. But don't. I don't have 3D capabilities anyway, so I don't really like getting 3D discs. But anyway, it is there. So the next one was a one that I did really want to get, and this had just come out, so I thought it's a day one purchase for me. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but just think about it is a Sam Raimi film from the golden days of when Sam Raimi was just starting out. It's an out-and-out comedy. There's no horror in it whatsoever, but the camera working is absolutely amazing. If you do like Sam Raimi, I think you'll like this. But just bear in mind, it is a bit of a daft comedy, and it might not sit well with everybody, but personally I do really rate it, and I think that Sam Raimi's take on a comedy is absolutely brilliant. He should do more. This film's highly recommended. This is the limited edition on an indicator, and it is it's quite good quality as well. I wouldn't say it's the best of qualities, but then again, I think this film isn't one that you can see in the best of qualities. I don't think it's been preserved that well, although the print's fine. It's just a little bit soft. It could have been a little bit more sharp and vibrant, but I haven't re-watched it again, but I watched all the extras on it, and I think it's an absolutely it's a great addition if you do like Sam Raimi. In fact, if you like Sam Raimi, you should check this film out just to say you've seen it. So yes, so the next thing is I'm going to unbox this. Now, when I say this is an unboxing sort of, is because I've got a film in here which, ooh, deep joy, which isn't for me. I did pick it up for a great channel that I have a lot of fun with. So one of the things I picked up in here is for the channel Kimberly Ashcraft. Now, I'm a big fan of Kimberly Ashcraft's channel. I don't imagine there's anybody who knows her is as well. Her channel introduction is one of the best channel introductions I find. The way that she sort of introduces her channel, it's absolutely brilliant. I always get a blast when I hear that. I watch the videos, and I do like when a dad comes in and he sort of says, what does he say? Can I just tell you something real quick right now? And then it seems he puts his spin on stuff, and you can see Kimberly, you know, they have a great on-screen relationship, can I say, and highly recommended. So I want to give a shout out to Kimberly, who's just went over 1,000 subs as well, which is no surprise. She's got a great channel, and the amount of stuff that she gets through, her and her dad, and the unbox, it's unreal. She's got a fantastic collection, highly recommended. So one of the things in here is for Kimberly, which I'm going to send to her as well, but she knows what it is. But I just want to give her a shout out. If nobody knows about her or hasn't subscribed to her, I'd imagine most of you have. Take a trip down to her channel, because it's absolutely brilliant. I have a great time all the time. It's so fun as well. She's a great person as well. So that's Kimberly Ashcraft. So I'm going to have to, when I pull this out, if I pull the wrong one out, I'm going to have to put it back. Yes. So I'm going to get out the one that I picked in this one, and it is, so recently on a competition entry to JT and the Movies channel, James, I'll leave a link down below, he did ask the question, who's your favourite actor? And I didn't have one, but I did sort of go into the fact of talking about Clint Eastwood, who I think he's the one who's spurred me on to get the most films by a certain person, which is him. And back in the day, I had loads on VHS. So that made me think I've got to get some more stuff in the collection with Clint Eastwood. And I started with one of my favourite films of his. He plays a great part in it, and it is Heartbreak Ridge. So as Clint Eastwood is in all of his films, he's very believable at the part he plays, and he plays a tough nut sergeant in this, getting this platoon together for ready for war. It's definitely one of my top 3 Clint Eastwood films as well, so I had to get this, and I've been looking at it for a long time on Amazon. I thought, no, I've just got to pull the trigger and get it. It's only £7.99. It doesn't break the bank at all. But yes, so I'm so glad to get this, and I do want to start just picking away at my favourite Clint Eastwood films. I am holding out for the there's got to be a 4K box set of the Dollars trilogy come out sometime. They just got to do it. It's just begging for it. So that's the last thing that I picked up in the month of March. So round about this time, I like to give a few shout outs. So the first shout out I'd like to give is to the channel, the Forgotten Horror channel. And this is run by Davey Dark. He's rebranded his channel, and he's started to put some dedicated videos out into what I would call, not for, kind of, he says Forgotten Horror, but there's a lot of this stuff is really, let's say, just vintage stuff. I mean, some of the things he can pull out of his collection is unreal. So I'm really glad that Davey's making videos again, and also this rebranding and sort of coming up with this this way to do his films with the forgotten part of it, and he pulls out all these versions. The version that he did on there, the Halloween VHS, the things he was pulling out there I'd never seen before. And I've seen quite a few Halloween VHSs, but these videos that he's putting out are really good for the people who like to reminisce about the stuff that you could find in a video shop. So if you're into that, get yourself over there, because you'll have a great time with his stuff. He's a great guy as well. Talk him all the time. And yep, so that's the rebranding of Davey Dog's channel, the Forgotten Horror channel. The next one I'd like to give a shout out to is the Terror at Synth. Now this is run by Rob. Now he's just reached the landmark of 200 subscribers. He's got a great channel. His editing is absolutely brilliant. I talked to him. I must admit, sometimes you fall behind on some of these channels, and so I just want to say to Rob, sorry about that, but I will be catching up on your stuff. Your stuff is very, very watchable, and I'm just so glad he's hit 200 subs. Well deserved. He's an absolutely brilliant channel, going places as well. So if you haven't heard about him, get yourself over to there, because I know there's quite a few new subscribers to my channel, and I would love to think that, I know that when I've talked to these new subscribers on my channel, this is the type of thing you would love. So get yourself over there, link down below, and just check out Rob's channel. You'll have a really good time with him. He's got some really good kind of unique stuff on his channel as well. Brilliant. And also just a quick mention to the channel Jason Brett. Now, I spoke about him at the start of here. That's his channel there, and he is going to get this live stream going. He's got a lot of stuff on here, and he's got a competition running at the moment to win some of his artwork. So if you want to go over there, I'll leave a link down to his artwork competition down there. So you want to get yourself across there, and you'll have a chance to speak to me live if you want to, and also Jason as well. He's a great guy. He's fun. These live streams are very fun. I've been watching a few of them recently. I've been able to watch them more than I have been doing on live, and I find them really, really entertaining as well. So okay, so thanks once again for watching. You take care, and I will see you on the next video.